PR plan. Your goal in public relations is ultimately media coverage, whether that's an interview by a reporter, something that was printed in the newspaper, or live coverage at your upcoming event. Maybe there was a broadcast on radio or television, or you were discussed on the local news. We utilize their and leverage as a third-party outlet or platform to share newsworthy information about your organization in a positive manner that's controlled by you. The coffee shop, for example, could include awards that they've won, their coffee, maybe at a competition, something that their employees have earned, perhaps a grand opening of a new location, or additional product lines that they want to launch, or something that they've done that was in the charitable realm and something activity-wise that they were involved in. So let's look at working with PR and tips for good PR inside your organization. We have to think about what you need and what you need to do. First, you need to get a list of all of the local media, including their websites and social media pages. This could include the newspapers, radio, television, outdoor media. Perhaps there's industry newsletters and an email list. Remember to include the next part, the journalist's 5 W's: who, what, when, where, why, and how. When dealing with the public, it's important that you pique their interest in your story. The first line should be what would attract the reader to your message. And then, of course, your logo is always at the bottom. Use your networking skills to help pave the way. Who do you know? And who do they know? Someone in the media that could be used as a contact. And then brainstorm on what to do before the event, during the event, and after the event. Making a worthy project or event must be different and in order to sell to the public. Other businesses and organizations could also benefit from your event, so keep them in mind for possible collaboration. Next, we need to share the information about the upcoming event or product or launch or whatever it is that's newsworthy. We send the information out utilizing a press release. When writing the press release, think of it this way as an inverted pyramid. The most important facts and details should be in the very first paragraph. The next paragraph should contain the story about the information, an explanation of why you are doing this and why it's newsworthy. The last paragraph should contain information about who you are as an organization or group, and include further contact information if somebody wants to learn more about you, perhaps your website, telephone, or email. Try to keep it on letterhead and down to 1 page if possible. While the press release is most common, press advisories can be used as well. Think of these as brief statements of things that are going to happen. Maybe you had a story break a few months ago, and now you need to update and remind people what's going on. That would be a great opportunity to send out another media blitz. And photo opportunities are also a good way to get additional coverage. It may be a slow news day, and think about this, the staff needs something to fill the empty space. So they may send a crew to come and film or photograph your event. If it's different, fun, not the normal, then and it is a public interest, they'll be out to interview you. So let's discuss in detail about interviews or live coverage at your event. It's important that you are prepared. Knowing your facts will enable you to speak with confidence and poise and add to your credibility. Anticipating possible questions, since the media isn't coming provided with questions ahead of time, generating the list of possible questions will enable you to prepare answers so you're not caught off guard. Determine your key points, and if you are clear about the points that you need to convey, they are most likely to be covered than if you were to simply allow the reporter to control the agenda. Bringing questions that are on the point that you want to cover helps to make these points. And stay cool. It's easy to be flustered or thrown off guard by a confrontational reporter. Remember, your appearance is supposed to enhance your image and that of the organization. So calmly handling whatever comes your way will win you points with the public. Speak only on record and don't assume that the reporter will honor or remember your point that this is off the record. Say only what you want to be seen in print or hear on the air, and be positive. Reporters love sensational and negative news. Don't make it easy for them to get a story. So let's talk about internal PR. That's just as important as external PR. And there are two types. Keeping those on the inside in the loop and aware of all the coverage before it happens is your best bet. They could be your best brand ambassadors too. So develop a plan of action with your team and determine who's going to do what and when it's going to be due. Utilizing all of the types of media for coverage of an event and include them in your plan is going to be a good strategy. People use different means to find out what's going on in their community, so don't assume that everyone reads the newspaper. And it's important that your organization have a public relations point of contact person inside the organization. That is one person who is the spokesperson, spokesrepresentative for your group, business, and event. That will ensure that all the information given out is correct and the same. And all inquiries that come in can be directed straight to that person. And don't forget to show your appreciation to everyone. Thank you to a reporter or editor when they have covered your event is just as important as internal key staff and members who were instrumental in the process. Show your appreciation. When you're working with PR, think in terms of sound bites rather than new releases that run on for several pages.